Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Topic Time with Harrison Young. We're finally reaching mid-August. It's pretty mild out tonight. It's a nice evening. It's not too hot. It's mid-70s, and as usual, we're heating things up here tonight with another great guest. But before we get to him, got to read these awesome underwriters, and then we will proceed with the show. We got Cedar View Filling Station in Marshfield. We got the Old Railroad Cafe in Hanover, a great pizza they deliver. We got Jim's Barbershop in Pembroke. We got, Old Railroad Cafes in Hanover. We got Jim's Barbershop in Pembroke. We got Vapor Image in Hanson. We got Auto Country, King of the Used Car in Abington. We got Baking with Joy in Rockland. Breakfast all day, great confections. We got J&J Motorsports in Halifax. We got Barker's Barbershop in Hanover, new one. We got Pembroke Welding in Pembroke. We got Dave's Automotive, good old Dave's Automotive on Route 58 in Hanson. We got MDI Auto Brokers and Repair in Whitman, home of the fully certified used car. We got Craft Barbering in Pembroke, another barbershop. And we got Advanced Auto Sales in Rockland. Okay, good credit, bad credit, no problem. All inventory under $6,000. I want to thank you guys very much. And now we will start the show. Well, so far in 2019, I've had more stand-up comedians than any other year, and although probably starting in 2017 with David Russo. So today we got another one. This gentleman here, this is Mark Maggiore.
Maggiore.
Oh,
or if you want to be real Italian, Maggiore.
That's it. Correct me. Make me feel like a fool, but that's okay. You're the comedian. I can deal with it. Okay, Mark Maggiore, and he's a comedian, and he possibly may do some material for us tonight. But before we get to that, like I do with all my guests, I'm going to do a little profiling, find out what he's about, how he got to be where he's at. He's a young man, a millennial. I just found out he's in his mid-20s, and he's kind of, working between jobs right now. And so hopefully he's going to take his career to the next level. So again, Mark, thanks for coming in and being on Topic Time with me tonight.
Thank you for having me, Harrison. I really appreciate it. It's funny you say Dave Russo was your first comedian.
Sounds like you know him.
I don't know him personally, but the room I run now, I host at 222, a bar in Boston.
Okay.
He used to host there a long time ago.
I always say everything happens for a reason.
Before I even got into comedy. So it's so funny that you started with him, and now here I am.
That must have been a while ago because he's been in the industry for 22 years.
Yeah.
Because the day I interviewed him in 2017, he said this was his 20th anniversary.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it must have been, and he's doing pretty darn good now. He's worked with Wayne Newton. He's worked with Lenny Clark. He's worked with Johnny Peasy, who I had on in here not too long ago. Mm-hmm. He's worked with Sweeney, who I also had on in here last year, Steve Sweeney.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. And now you. So
I'm honored.
So there you are. You're in great company, and it's such an honor to have you in here among the throng of humorists. Of hooligan humorists,
hooligan humorists. I like that.
Made that up. I hope you want to write it down.
Yeah, well.
Okay. So let's focus on you first. Talk about where you grew up, and you told me a little bit about it. Where you went to school, why you majored in school, what you specialized in. If I have any questions, I'll throw them at you. Okay. Then you can do some stuff if you want. So go ahead.
Oh, please. So I'm born and raised right here in Medford, Massachusetts.
This isn't Medford, but we know what you mean.
Yeah.
Okay.
Born and raised right here in Medford, Massachusetts. I went to boarding school for high school.
Okay.
And then
Quick question: why did you go to boarding school? What was the reason? And what exactly is the difference between a boarding school and a public school? Except, as far as I know, the difference is you stay overnight at a boarding school, correct?
Yeah, you did stay overnight.
Okay.
Spent several nights there. It's the difference the reason I went to boarding school was because they had smaller classes, more activities, everything was all in one place, and I was very ready to get out of my parents' house.
Okay. Not that you didn't get along with your parents, but...
No, I love my parents to death, and I wouldn't be anywhere without them. And they were the ones who allowed me to go to boarding school, really.
So it was your idea?
It was sort of my idea. I had two older brothers. One of them went to private high school in Cambridge, and the other one went to boarding school as well.
Okay.
And I saw him go to boarding school, and I was like, wow, that seems really cool. I think I want to do that too. Okay. So I went to the same boarding school.
Went to the same boarding school.
Yeah.
Was he already out of there by the time you started?
He graduated spring of 2010. Okay. I went in fall 2010. And his nickname was Cheese, so everybody was calling me Little Cheese, Cheese-It, Little Queso.
As long as it's not Cheese Doodle.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. That's awesome.
Then I went on to Colgate.
Tell everybody where that is.
So Colgate's in upstate New York.
What about what town in New York? Just curious.
Hamilton, New York.
Hamilton, got it. Okay.
And it's about an hour away from Syracuse.
Okay.
Beautiful school, very small school in the
Yep.
middle of nowhere.
Yep.
Majored in political science and educational studies.
Okay.
Thought I wanted to be an elementary school teacher, student taught. Realized that I didn't like it. Too many people, too many administrators in your ear, too much curriculum to cover without enough time.
Okay.
So now I work for the Secretary of State.
Okay. And you're gonna be leaving there, and
Yes, I
what
am.
exactly now? Secretary of State. What is? Did you say Secretary of State? That I thought that was Nancy Pelosi.
No. Secretary of State for the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. So Bill
Okay, so
Galvin,
you're like the Massachusetts Nancy Pelosi, or the male version.
sort of. I don't think Nancy Pelosi is not quite the Secretary of State, but
What is she? I don't know. Secretary.
she's
Speaker of the House.
yeah,
I
Speaker
thought
of
she
the
was
House.
at one time. Okay, my bad.
But anyways, no, I
Yeah.
get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Bill Galvin, he makes
Galvin,
sure we
okay.
have
You work for
transparent
Galvin?
elections. Yep.
Okay.
So I've only ever seen him once,
Okay.
and he looks much older than all the photos on the pamphlets we have of him.
Well, that can't be a reason to leave. I mean, you obviously just found that you felt that you had something better coming up, and you're going to take advantage of that.
Yeah, that's for sure. I was just the state. It doesn't pay that well, but the people and the community and the benefits are there for
Okay.
sure.
Yep.
But for me, the workplace wasn't for me. I'm someone who likes to get things done, and the state is more about if it can be done tomorrow, let's do it tomorrow.
Oh, really? So the off-putters, procrastinators, and whatnot.
Exactly.
Now my question to you is, how did comedy play in all this in your life?
So it's funny. I did children's theater my entire life growing up, every summer, and
You mean you did acting?
yeah,
Okay.
children's theater.
Right.
It was a blast, and I thought I really loved acting at the time.
Yep.
And then I went to high school and I did a couple of plays, but they were all serious plays, and it wasn't really for me.
Oh, wait, are you talking about the boarding school? Or are you talking about
Boarding school, yeah.
Okay, right.
So,
Gotcha.
and then when I went to Colgate, I just started cracking jokes with people, freshman
Yeah.
orientation, and people said, "Hey, Mark, you should try out for the improv group."
Wow.
So I auditioned for the improv group, got in, and I loved doing improv. I eventually became president my senior year.
Wow.
And
When did you graduate?
I graduated last spring. So
Spring of
not-
2018?
Yeah,
Gotcha.
2018.
Okay.
So I did that, and then I did 2 stand-up comedy sets while I was at Colgate. One of
Wow.
them went really well.
Okay.
The second one was I bombed.
Well, okay,
So
but you know what? The fact that you got up there, had you ever done an open mic anywhere for us? Anywhere in a bar or a club?
No, that was it. That was my
Okay.
first time, and it was a blast. And then when I came back to Boston after I graduated, I hit the ground running, started to go to open mics, multiple times a week, started meeting new people.
Okay.
And it's funny, I don't even tell any of the jokes that I told at Colgate. All those jokes are kind of on the shelf for right now.
Well, that leads me to my next question: is how do you get your material, ideas, self-deprecation and whatnot, and like that?
Yeah, for sure. My stuff is definitely a lot of self-deprecating things. I consider myself a very goofy guy.
Well, there's nothing wrong with being able to laugh at yourself. In fact, you really can't be a comedian unless you can do that.
Exactly. And so how jokes for me come about is I'll just be in a conversation with someone and I'll say something funny or they'll say something funny. We'll get on a little tangent. Then I'll just go home and write it down.
Wow.
And then later
Yeah,
on,
you don't worry that they're going to sue you because they're going to say that's my joke and you took it away from me.
maybe one day,
Okay.
nobody sued me yet. That's because I don't think I've made it big time. But maybe after the TV show, I'll probably get a couple lawsuits filed.
It'll be worth it. I'll come in to testify as a witness on your behalf.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
In other words, if we exchange jokes and you use mine, and then, even though I didn't mean it, and it comes out in your material and I hear it, I won't sue you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I cite everything MLA format afterwards.
There you go. Oh, L, what's your middle name? What does the L stand for? Louis?
No, MLA.
Yeah,
Is
I'm
like
going
a-
over big. Look, you're laughing at everything I'm saying. It's pretty cool. It's pretty good.
No, you honestly should be the stand-up comedian here. You want to trade places?
No. I've been doing this for 9 years. I think right now I feel secure.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to really, if I'm gonna try that, I'm gonna have to break myself in slowly.
Okay. Well, you know what? After this, there's an open mic right here in Carver. So let's go. Me and
Wait,
you.
you mean tonight?
Yeah, let's go. Me and you.
Wow, I didn't know that. Are you sure?
No, I'm not sure. I'm just
You're
messing
kidding,
with
right?
you. But we should go to an open mic sometimes.
Well, I know, I agree.
I
Maybe
think
we
you'd be a
should.
fun guy to have on the mic.
Hey, fun guy. It's like a mushroom. I'm a real fun guy. Get it? Mushroom, fun guy. I actually told that
Okay.
joke to Henny Youngman, and he didn't even laugh. He
Oh, no?
probably made it up. That's probably why.
Right?
Well, he actually performed at my father's 55th birthday party back in 1990.
Oh, yeah?
And now I'm almost 60, so that shows that's a while ago, obviously.
That was before I was even born.
Yes, I know that. I know that.
I
So,
don't mean to rub it in.
well, what do you mean, Robin? What's wrong with that? You're young.
Yeah.
You're 1/4 of a century old. There's nothing wrong. You've got a lot of living to do, my friend. All right. Well, so what exactly you have a little routine you're gonna try on us tonight.
For sure.
I've never actually had that done on my show before. So I'll tell you what. Why don't you do it and let's see how it comes out.
Yeah,
then
please,
then
and I'd love
continue
to
the
chat about it
conversation.
after.
Absolutely. Okay, go ahead.
All right.
Please don't break anything. I might have to own it.
Tonight on BBC's Strange Lives of Americans, we will take a journey into a life known by few but adored by many. Tonight, we will take a deep dive into the life of an ultimate lax bro. Yes, I've been playing lax for about 4 years now. Pretty confident in my skills. Yeah, you know, some people say I have the best style on the team and it lacks style equals skill, so yeah, I got a lot of girls. I've gotten like 100. It's pretty low on the totem pole for my team. Most people get like 300. But you know, I'm cool with that. If you think about LeBron James, for him, ball is life. So he's the ultimate ball bro. But for me, lax is life. So I'm the ultimate lax bro. Yeah, you know, a lot of people say I have the best flow on the team, and lax flow equals style, and style equals scale, so yeah, I'm on the team. The JV Lax team. You know, all the guys on varsity, they started on varsity as freshmen, but you know, I work really hard. Because I carry my spoon with me everywhere I go. Just in case anybody needs to see my skills. Thick! Got the cameraman! Psych! But you know, I've been trying to blend and really mesh with my spoon more. So at night, I like to spoon with my spoon. Oh, baby, you cradle those lax balls so well, but you cradle my balls even better. Oh, Scooby-Doo, huh? Yeah. I was to a game once, then my bro tossed me the ball, and I stepped up, jet! Then my bro came over to me for the celly, and he was like, dude, how is that Scooby snack? And I was like, thanks, Shaggy! I used to be known as one of the 5 flow gods, and in 2016, I was named Mayor of Flow Society, if that means anything to you. But then my team, they all did this really weird thing where, like, everybody shaved their heads for, like, some cause or something. Male pattern baldness, I don't know. But, like, I didn't want to cut my flow, but, like, obviously I had to cut my flow. And, like, how can I be mayor of Flow Society without any flow? So after months of riots from the Flowcidians, I resigned. And now I can never go back into politics with a full head of flow. What? Male pattern baldness is hereditary? Oh, my mom's dad is bald, my dad's dad. Dude, I'm gonna go bald! And like, if I don't have any flow, I won't have any style. And if I don't have any style, I won't have any skill. And like, what am I supposed to do? Coach my kids' U10 lacrosse team before playing a year in the MLL? As we leave the ultimate lax bro, he seems in imminent danger. imminent danger that his flow might not flow no more. What are these ultimate attacks, bro? Read the ultimate facts, bro. I am the ultimate lax, bro. And that's it.
Very good.
Thank you.
You got me going. I liked it.
Thanks. That bit is
I know. Yeah, you bring people to the to the brink of laughter with one little move and one another. That's kind of how stand-up comedy works. You got to make it grow on people.
for sure.
You
For
do
me,
it
it's
well.
a lot. I like to be very like energetic,
Yeah.
move a lot. One of my favorite people to watch is Sebastian Maniscalco. I don't know if you've ever seen him.
No, but you kind of reminded me of like some Monty Python bits with that you just did.
Yeah, that bit I don't get to do a lot.
You know what Monty Python is, right?
Of course.
Was okay.
That bit I don't get to do a lot at stand-up comedy shows just because it's kind of out there.
It is out
It's a
there.
little weird to see live at stand-up comedy.
Okay.
So I figured it would kind of be perfect for this. I'm sorry my sign ripped, but
That's
such
okay.
is life.
I read it. I was able to read what you had there. Besides, you read it out loud, so there was no
Exactly.
mistaking it. So what you just did, you created another persona.
Yeah.
Do you have any more personas that you create for yourself, or are you just wondering? Is that how your comedy goes when you do it?
Every once in a while, I mean, I have a lot of other bits.
Okay. Okay.
That are mainly just about me, and then there are
You're very
some bits
diverse.
where I'll like get into a character because I
Yeah.
think it's a lot of fun.
Yep.
But there are also some bits where I'm just myself, and
That's right. I
that
figured, okay.
character is,
That's the
always
easiest one.
developing. Yeah,
Right,
the
because
easiest one.
it's you don't have to improvise at all. You're just being yourself.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of my stand-up comedy starts out as improv, really.
Right.
And then I,
No,
just
but I
write it
know
down.
that, but I mean,
Yeah.
But it's coming from within, not without.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Whenever I try to write bits, I
Yeah.
think it never turns out the way I want it to. But whenever I just
So you just
sometimes,
wing it. You don't even write them. You just get up on stage and
well, sometimes if I don't know, if
it
I
fly.
have a funny idea but I don't know how to
present
do it,
Yeah.
I just go up on stage and try to figure it out.
Okay. And it seems to work for you.
It doesn't. This bit is something that I developed from high school, actually. My
Okay.
friends were in a film class, and they wanted to shoot an Ultimate Lax Bro video, and I happened to have that period free. So they asked me to be in it, and I improv the whole interview. And then when I started doing stand-up comedy, I was like, how can I talk about this? Because I think the character is really funny.
Okay.
And so that's what I did. And now that video has like 38,000 views or something. And
Wow.
the comments are ridiculous. So many people think that I was being serious. Like one guy left his address and he said, come fight me. Another person asked me how many times I was dropped on my head as a child. And then some girl left her number. So it was very mixed signals.
Well, did you see what the girl looked like?
No.
Well, you got a girlfriend anyway, right?
I do.
Okay.
My girlfriend and I are moving.
That's right, you
moving in
mentioned that.
together September 1st.
Okay. How does she like your comedy? I assume she's a big supporter, a big fan.
She's definitely my biggest fan,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
she's always the loudest one laughing in the room.
Well, at the very least, sometimes having a pretty woman laughing gets a lot of other people's attention as well.
That's
on
for sure.
board, so
Her
to
laugh
speak.
is infectious.
I'm sure it is. Okay. Well, so tell me about what you have a new position coming up this week.
I
Starting,
do.
or next week, whatever.
Yeah, I'm starting to. I'm going to work at the Tufts Community and Government Relations Office.
Okay.
Which will be really fun. So a lot of it
Is that also, but isn't that a state job as well or not? No, it's private.
No, yeah,
Right,
it's
because
with
Tufts.
Tufts University, but I'll be
Right.
working with like city governments, which is cool. Especially growing up in Medford.
Right.
I know the community really well. So a lot of it's going to be, planning events, talking to different stakeholders and talking to different people in the communities
Right.
to see how Tufts can be a better neighbor for them.
Okay.
So, if
Does
Tufts
that
is
include the
doing-
medical as well? Because that's as I told you before, that's my hospital.
Yeah, it includes the medical, like technically Boston is one of their host communities.
Right.
Yeah, so I really don't know too much about it because I haven't started
You haven't
yet.
started yet, but you're obviously qualified because you've been hired.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's
think-
it's a
yeah.
big step up.
And think of all the material you can get from that as well. I mean,
That's true.
it's true. The more people you meet, the more material you can get. You can go, you can have a meeting with some buffoon in the morning, and then at night you go into the bar and you can, you rip them to shreds, verbally, not
And they'll never know.
right, exactly.
No, one time you do barking. I don't know if you've ever barked.
That's barking. Is that what you mean?
No, it's at like stand-up comedy shows before, like you might have to bark outside, which is like trying to get people to come in.
Oh, you're
And
talking about pitching your material to the public. I
Yeah,
getcha,
on the
okay.
side, you'd be like, hey, stand-up comedy here or whatever. And I'm always, if somebody's not listening to me, I'll be like, yeah, you don't look fun anyways.
Oh, there you go.
And then some guy once, he turned around and he was pissed. And he comes right up next to me and he's his fists clenched, and I was like, man, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean that. And he was like, no, man, I'm sorry, I've had a rough day.
Wow.
I was like, man, why don't you come in, have a drink, listen to
he?
some comedy? He said he was too stressed to come in.
Okay.
So, but
Well, that can happen. I mean, that's.
yeah.
you-
I'm happy I didn't get beat up. That's what
Well,
I'm
you don't
trying
want to
get
knock
at.
people. You got to be the one thing I've learned when no matter what it is you promote, you got to be gracious, even if people tell you to screw off.
Mm-hmm.
I know, but I guess it's different in comedy because you got to be more outrageous in what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be willing to take the lumps, and obviously that could have been a lot of lumps. Yeah, right.
That's
But
for sure.
but that's what that's a good. I mean, I always say everything happens for a reason. The guy had a bad day, but you know what? Now you can turn it around and use it in your material. I'm sure people love to hear stories like that.
Exactly, and especially working for the state, I get a lot of material because
Yeah.
so many people are so dumb.
Well, I mean,
Or just
I'm still trying to
clueless,
figure
rather.
out. I mean, you're talking about your job now.
Yeah, I'm talking about my job now.
Okay.
So working for the state, I would communicate with people over the phone, over email, in person,
Right.
and the amount of dumb questions I get on a daily basis. Like the other day, somebody called and they said, I was like, it's like Secretary Galvin's office. How can I help you? And they go, hi, yeah, I want to know when I was born. It's like, how do you not know this? You know what I mean? Like, clearly you're old enough to pick up a phone and call me. So at least you have to be over the age of 5. And you've never had a birthday?
Well, it sounds like they wanted. Did they give you a name at least? Usually,
Oh, they just
might have
say-
been a
but
crank
that's
call.
also not something we do. We've had crank calls, like we have to call people sometimes, find out a little more information. Sometimes there are automated calls, and
Right.
I called this one guy, and he was like a pest. It was a recording.
Right.
It was a pest service. He was knocking on somebody's door. I hear him go,
you mean like an exterminator?
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And then the recorder goes, oh yeah, I called you because there's a snake in my house. And the guy goes, what snakes? We don't do that. My partner's the one who handles that. And it was just outrageous. I called later. It was some woman who had a crying baby in the background. They called
yeah, that
again.
must be always fun.
Yeah, those are fun calls.
Well, I'm sure that's the part of the job you'll miss.
Yeah, that's for sure. I'll definitely miss serving the public. And there's
Okay.
kind of like an intrinsic value in that.
Well, guess what? We're down to the final 5 minutes of the show.
Oh wow!
We made it
what?
go by. I know.
Time
you're
flies
always-
when you're having fun.
It does, and we always have fun on topic time. So what I want you to do in the remaining time you have left is to give shouts out to people, like Chris told you, face the camera, the red light,
Okay.
and talk to your people, friends, family members, girlfriend, parents, whatever, and then we'll wrap the show up. Tell them what a great time you had on topic time, if you would, if you don't mind, if you want to. It's
Oh
up to you.
please! I would
Okay.
love to. So I guess I'll start off with my parents, mom and dad. Thank you for letting me be here.
I don't think he means here particularly, but. or did
But
you?
alive in general. Honestly, my
Okay.
parents, my parents really have sacrificed a lot for me to be here where I am.
Okay.
So this might be a little too deep for topic time, but
I hear you saying. I understand.
I was born completely blind and completely deaf, and
Yeah, that's right. You meant you couldn't drive because you were legally blind.
yeah, and so when I was born, doctors told my parents, they said, I'll never be able to read or write, or I'll never be able to see 20/20. But I'm healthy. It's 2019. I think I'm gonna make it.
Well,
It's a 2020
How
joke.
you got to be
But-
able to function with being blind and deaf is a show for another day. But that is quite impressive.
Yeah, that was just. But yeah, it was impressive. My mom quit her job, went back to school, became a teacher of the visually impaired.
Wow.
So I would have better opportunities. So, I owe a lot of my life to my parents. They both have worked 2 jobs for as long as I can remember. And then obviously shout out to both my brothers and my sister-in-law. I doubt you watch this, but maybe you are. I hope you are. Shout out to Goose.
Why wouldn't they be watching it? Of course.
My brother Mike's big time music producer now.
let's get him on the show.
Cheddar. Yeah, I'll call him up. I'll let him
Okay.
know they want to talk to him.
Okay.
But then, shout out to all my home friends in the LE.
Girlfriend too?
Yeah, Goose. That's my girlfriend.
That's your name,
That's her
Goose?
pet name is Goose.
Okay.
I'm
well,
Cap,
I had a
she's
girlfriend
Goose.
who used to go by Bug, so
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody's got their own little pet names.
true that. Yeah.
Shout out to all my state employees out there. Keep serving the Commonwealth.
You
They
mean-
definitely care.
Former state employees after you leave.
That's true.
Well, they working for you, or were you working with them? Are you talking?
I'm working
about,
with them.
working
Anybody
with-
who serves people on a daily basis, who
Yeah.
has to engage with people, it can be really hard. And a lot of people don't realize, like, a lot of things you do behind the scenes. And definitely a lot of thankless jobs out there. Thank you, Char Goosepeak, which is the improv group I was a part of.
Cool.
That really has shaped my comedy career a lot. And just thanks to all my friends at Colgate University, Chameleon Academy, everyone who's really helped get me to where I am today and give me a positive impact. It's all about, I try to keep positivity around me with the people that I let in.
Yep.
And try not to have too many bullshitters around.
Okay. On that note, we're going to wrap the show up. You ready to go?
Let's do it.
All
How do
right.
we wrap
Thanks,
it up?
thanks for watching, folks. Hope more great episodes. Stay tuned. Here we go. And that's it.